Hello, everyone. And welcome to the last day of the season. It's good to see you all. It's a bit, I'm a bit sort of all over the place at the moment because Joe was meant to be doing a stream today and I was going to be joining him, but he's not able to at the last minute. So he's incapacitated for the moment. So I've just jumped on and I'm doing it myself like I did last week. And it was quite stressful. So I'm a bit all over the place. And I know that's often Joe's speciality is to be last minute, but he knows what he's doing and I don't. But I have got a mic, so that's a good start. I've got my feed going. And yeah, here we are. Last day of the season. And last day of the season without any stress. I think we're okay. We're all right. We're not going to get relegated. Things are all right. We can relax. It's a meaningless game. It's a no stress game. So that is amazing. That is a really nice way to end the season. And to be honest, the real excitement is on other games, particularly what was it? Sheffield Wednesday and Derby Sheffield Wednesday game, which really is the crux of it. It's going to decide who goes down. So, welcome, everyone. If you're enjoying the show, great. If you'd like to give me a thumbs up, that would be fantastic. I'd really appreciate it. Other than that, I haven't even seen the team news. That's how rushed I've been. I'm looking at the game now before we start, and I haven't actually seen the team yet. So if anyone wants to let me know what the team is, or I could just cheat and actually have a look on Twitter. But yeah, it's all going okay. I'm feeling pretty chuffed. Last week was a bit rubbish because obviously we lost 4-0 at home to Cardiff, who I kept calling Derby, didn't I? Yes, which was rather poor. So hopefully I'll get it right. We're playing Blackburn this week. Hello, Mark. Good to see you. Is it another kids team? Oh, okay. I don't know. You see, last week I thought that's okay. I know a lot of people on Twitter were going nuts about having so many youngsters in, but I thought, well, that's fine. Oh, here we go. So Truman, Dakers, oh my God. Gordon, Pedersen, Seddon, Gardner, Sturck, Rakeem, Lico, Cosgrove, and Miller. Oh my God! On the bench, Jaycock, Dean Collins, San Jose, Halilovic, Bella, McGree, Simmons, and Djukovic. Oh my God! So it's even more. Oh my God! Right. Well, I don't know if you saw my 60-second preview show where I confidently predicted 2-0, a throbbing 2-0. In fact, but that was before I realised what the team was. I was basing it on maybe Lee Bowyer putting out a bit of a stronger team. I suppose it the same applies today as it did last week, which is we've got to get some of these youngsters out and see what they can do. I noticed that Gary Gardner's starting, and I think that is important because midfield looked overrun and ineffective. But yeah, wow. And also, only the green kit again, that red kit. If anyone bought the red kit, the away kit, yeah, pretty rubbish because it hasn't been out and about much. A bit like the black kit that I bought season before last season. That only had about 3 outings. So Mark's prediction. Okay, well, 4-1. Yeah, that could be quite an appropriate one. I'm going to try and look at a sort of a positive on this one as Blues warm up. In that, maybe after last week, Bowyer is a bit more aware of where things went right and where they went wrong, and that bringing the players on he's got and the formation that we might deal better with Blackburn. It's hard to say, really. But yeah, I think my 2-0 prediction was definitely out. I don't see us getting a 2-0 win here, but you never know. You never know. The other thing is when games like this and we're not playing very well, it's quite turgid. So I'm hoping it's an exciting game at least. What did you think about Ryan Sturck last week? You see, I said, having watched the game, I didn't think he'd done much, but obviously missed it because everyone said he played really well. So we'll have to see how he goes. Sam Cosgrove starting again, and it's got to be make or break soon for him. I still don't know why we bought him, to be honest. But he's really not done anything so far this season. And admittedly, he's not played much at all. But he had 90 minutes last week and didn't really do anything there. So, yeah, we'll have to see. But I suppose that's what this game's for, this end of season game. It's just to get some youngsters out and just see how they fit in. Is there potential for them next season? Because we have a pretty bloated squad. We know there are players who are going to be leaving anyway, players who've been on loan. But there are a number who think, well, do they feature Ian Lee Bowyer's plans for next season, or are they going to go out on loan or even get sold? So it's a bit of a showcase for them. But yeah, it does mean that the last game of the season, it could be like the weather, a bit of a damp squib. So no Lee Bowyer today. His wife's ill. Right. So basically, no one's bothered to turn up for this game. I merely jest. Mrs. Bowyer, get well soon, my darling. Any more predictions from anyone? Callum says 2-1 to Blues. I'm liking your positivity, Callum. My positivity was the same as Blues kickoff until I saw the side literally just now. So I'm going to try and commentate a bit more on the game than last week because I sort of ended up talking about all sorts of other things. So welcome to everyone. If you're here enjoying the watch along, the last one of the season, and as fun as they are, as Blackburn have the ball, and that's neatly defended. Blues hack it away. Lots of players falling over early on. Yeah, so next season it could be interesting. There could be quite a few different players at Blues. Certainly a number of players, as I say, going back to their parent clubs. Whether or not we want them back, I don't know. And I suppose as Blues are on the attack again, it looks a bit more solid in midfield with Gary Gardner there. I think that was an important decision to get him in after last week. So yeah, could be famous last words, but at the moment it's looking a bit better from Blues. But yeah, so the big sort of behind the scenes chat is Halilovic, and there was a rumor that proved to be unfounded that he'd signed a 3-year contract, and that's not been confirmed yet at all. So I wouldn't hold your breath on that one, but obviously love to see him commit to Blues. That would be amazing. Blackburn, I've got a throw in the empty stadium. And talking of empty stadiums and watch-alongs, I was saying, as much as these are good fun to do and good fun to watch, we all want to be back in the stadiums. Even Ewood Park, which, let's be honest, it's quite a grim place to go. As Blues concede a free kick just outside the D. It could be Truman's first test of the game. Oh, Christian Pedersen just stotted into the Blackburn player like he was a brick wall. You could see the guy's body physically shudder as Pedersen stoved into him. That was brilliant. This is in a good position. It's just off from centre, about 5 yards outside the D, perhaps 10 yards outside the D. But it's a good position. It's a cracking position for Blackburn. And I'm sorry, I don't know any of the Blackburn players. Well, I know some of them, but I don't know any of them by number. So there's just a Blackburn player. Blues have got plenty in the wall. It could be. We've got 2.5 minutes gone here. Could be a first shot on goal. And just wait for this, and it is. Oof! And it hit the bar. Whoa! I think Truman was there, but it hit the bar. They've still got the ball in the box. Cross it in, and it's cleared by Blues. Wow, that was a good free kick. But as I think Truman would have got a hand to it, but it was close. Good free kick. So yeah, already the first chance to Blackburn. We've got 3 minutes and 10 seconds or so gone. I'm probably behind everybody else, as I normally am in the streams. Mark says no fancy dress. Well, no. Well, I've got my hat. I've got my lucky hat that I wore at Rotherham. So there's that. Because I decided not to have the fez today. I thought I'd go for lucky hat, which may or may not make an appearance. But no, fancy dress. I feel bad. If I'd had more time to prepare, then I would have done. So you'll have to go with a jumper. as fancy dress. So back to the game, and Blackburn definitely more in the ascendancy. Blues in the defensive at the moment, and again, it's to be expected. Younger players. Oh, well, that went into Blackburn right into the 6-yard box. Truman came out, and it was a bit of a mishmash, and oh God. Yeah. Anyway, scrambled away. It's a corner to Blackburn, and they're definitely on the front foot here today in a game that is, as we say, completely meaningless as far as the season goes. But it is important as far as the players go. Ball comes in, and Blackburn are just firing the ball backwards and forwards across the front of Blues' goal. All comes in again into the 18-yard box, twists and turns, and it's cleared by Blues, but it's all a little bit frantic. It's not looking great. But as I say, it's important to get these young players playing and sort of get them in front of Lee Bowyer, because although he would have been to a number of under-23s games, it's not the same as seeing them in a first team. So it's important for that. But yeah, it's a little bit disappointing for Blues not to have a full strength side, as Blackburn are still attacking and marauding. Gary Gardner there. No, I thought it gives away the foul. Right, Blues have the ball, and that's Amari Miller, who I really like. Oh gosh, that was a foul. Oh, and he's played advantage. Ref plays advantage. Gardner. And this is a decent attack from Blues. Decent attack and not so decent. It's out for a throw. And there's no Mark Roberts to do the long throw. So we're back to normal throws like normal people. When will Bowyer get announced as April Manager of the Month? I think, did it not come out that he wasn't? Didn't someone else get it? No, it was, Bournemouth got it, I think. I think Bowyer didn't get it, which is a travesty. But whoever the Bournemouth manager is these days, he got it. Anyway, so Blues have had an attack, had a throw in, lost the ball. Blackburn now on the attack. So as I say, it's going to be disjointed from Blues, and Blackburn are playing pretty much their normal side. They've got about three players out. Daniel Ayala is on the bench. I think he was supposed to be on the bench. I haven't seen if he is or not, but he should be coming back from injury. But they're not experimenting as much as Blues. That said, it is a shame that we're not playing a full strength team, but that does indicate we're not fighting for our lives at the end of the season. So I'm happy that we're not in that situation, and I'd rather we use the last two games to try these younger players out, rather than be in the normal situation of having an unpleasant trouser movement as we concede a goal with 6 minutes left and it means we get relegated. That kind of scenario, I think we've all had enough of in the last few years. Blues on the attack again. Harper out to Gardner. Gary Gardner is proving to be quite instrumental at the moment in anything that Blues do, and I think clearly it was needed in midfield. That said, his options are a bit limited, obviously, because the player's not used to playing alongside each other. It's not wonderful, but it's not terrible. Again, this could be quite a dull game. I do know that I've got a few mates of mine who are watching the Derby Sheffield Wednesday game, because that's going to be more exciting. And at the moment, it's 0-0 everywhere in the Championship. Of course, I think Wycombe, technically, if they scored a boatload of goals, could actually still stay up, and if other people lost, but they're almost definitely down. So it is just between Rotherham, Sheffield Wednesday, and Derby. Who would you prefer to see go down? I think there's probably quite a lot of people who'd like to see Derby, just because they're probably the bigger club, I suppose, at the moment. Certainly out of them and Rotherham. And I think the Wayne Rooney thing, because he's a well-known name, it would be quite a shock if they got relegated. But I mean, it really is anyone's game. I mean, if Sheffield Wednesday could quite easily get a win, but I saw some of the game last week, and they were really quite dreadful. But interestingly, I don't know if anyone saw the goal, the penalty that Forest got against Sheffield Wednesday last week, and Grabban missed it and then smiled after he'd missed a penalty, which led to a bit of a conspiracy theory about, well, why is he smiling? Because he may send Derby down. But yeah, that was quite interesting. But I think Sheffield Wednesday, they're probably in a slightly better place mentally than Derby at the minute. Derby are really, every day is a day of stress and gloom, a bit like Blues under Karanka, to be honest. The ball's being knocked around a bit, and Blackburn have got a free kick in the middle of the pitch. We're at 9.5 minutes. Craig Gardner even, is doing quite a bit of shouting on the side of the pitch. That's the one thing I like about the live streams, which I can't hear at the minute because I have to have it on mute. But I do enjoy hearing Craig Gardner swearing his head off on the side of the pitch. It's great. And Blackburn scupper their own attack there, kick the ball, and it goes out of play. So nearly 10 minutes gone. It's 0-0. Connor, hello, Connor. Yes, anyone else with predictions? Connor says 1-0. Oh, sorry, it's not a prediction, it's a score. 1-0 to Rotherham. Oh, yes. Bloody hell. Away at Cardiff. That's amazing. That's quite amazing. Who would everyone like to see go down? I would assume Wickham. Who would your other two be out of those three? Derby, Sheffield Wednesday, and Rotherham. As Blackburn. Oh, was that offside? They are marauding a bit, and again, yeah, offside. But that was low and wide, just past Truman's post. He wouldn't have got to that, but it was offside. Another warning sign there for Blues. I think defensively we look a bit stronger than last week, but yeah, it's not going to be a pretty game to watch. I just wonder if Bowyer will bring on subs any earlier than he did last week. Probably not. I don't think he's too bothered. He just wants to get something out of the game, out of these players. And it's a big game for players like Jonathan Lico and Sam Cosgrove particularly. Those are the two who I think there's probably more pressure on. They were bought under Karanka. They've not performed under him or under Bowyer. But that said, Lico he's, as Lee Bowyer said, he's extremely frustrating. He does work hard. He does show moments when he's really decent, but he shows plenty of moments when he's really not decent and he will not pass the ball. And he just keeps it and tries to beat three players and then loses possession. And that's a little bit frustrating. Anyway, back to the chat. Hello, everyone. If you're watching, thank you very much for joining me. Our small select band of loyal fans. Frankie says Derby hopefully to go down. Mark says Derby and Sheffield Wednesday. Yeah, of course. Yes, Mark. Good point. Yeah, Lee Bowyer isn't here, so I presume he's not managing from home. So yeah, Gardner. Yeah, that's a good point. Actually, I wonder if Craig picked the team because he's chosen his brother if he has, which I think is a smart move. Frankie says, what time am I on in the game? Right. I'm always certainly behind everybody. So I'll give you a bit of a countdown. So I'm on 12, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. At which point everyone goes, oh, you're 2 minutes behind or something. Blues on the attack and Cosgrove and Lico. Nice ball. Well done, Lico. Past three players, across goal, right to the centre spot, and hacked away by Blackburn. But that was better. That was better from Blues. And just starting to get a few passes around. A lovely turn there by Lico. Tries to take on three players. He's still got the ball just on outside the box. Cross comes in. Oh, headed clear by Blackburn. And Blues definitely in the ascendancy for a minute or two there, but Blackburn breaking now. And, oh, nice turn again. He's trying for the long ball. Now, this is where we really went wrong last week. There's balls over the top and balls through the channels, and we kept getting caught out. And that hasn't happened as much so far in this game, but that's what we need to keep an eye on. but a little bit better from Blues. Let's go back to the chat. Yeah, Gardner will bring on the subs. Okay, you're 2 minutes ahead of me. Oh, right, okay. Really? That's got to be a first. Mark says, if Bowyer's wife has had health issues, the move and what he's achieved is an even bigger achievement. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I don't know what her health issues are. I hope it's nothing serious, of course. But yeah, if he's got that to sort of consider as well as his home life, that's a big factor with anyone, with all of us, home life, and then you've got work as well. And to deliver what he's done and work in the way he's done is even more impressive. You're absolutely right. So big shout out to Mrs. B. Get well soon, my darling. Hope you're all right. So looking ahead to next season, what's everyone's expectations? As in, what do you realistically hope for? I mean, obviously, we realistically hope for win the championship, get promoted, and everything's great. But that isn't that likely. I, to be honest, would be happy as Blues are on the attack. Pedersen, I'd be happy with mid-table and having the same manager at the end of the season, and looking forward to the season after. I just want us to have some stability and to be able to enjoy some decent football and some good players, and just like a normal club. Do you know what I mean? There's bound to be more off the field stuff. There always is with Blues, who currently have a bit more possession. It's going quite well, actually. Some decent play. We're out on the wing at the minute. That's Miller. Yeah. And that's no, it's not a free kick. Oh, now. Ball comes in. Oh, that was a bad ball. That was a bad ball. But we're getting more of the possession. I think we're finally sort of realising we can play against this side. There's some nice balls coming out. Ball comes looping in. Oh, nobody there. Djukovic would have nailed that. We've still got the ball. Miller out on the wing. Oh, and that was passed straight into a Blackburn player's face. And Harper, dodgy. Oh, it's all a bit chaotic. Gary Gardner, he's going to take a pop. No, comes through. Cosgrove in the box, and it's offside. Oh. But that was good. That was much better from Blues. Borderline positive. Quick run through on the scores. 0-0 unless otherwise stated. It's Cardiff 0, Rotherham 1, and Reading 0, Huddersfield 1 in another game that doesn't matter. In fact, most of the games obviously don't matter because the playoffs, I think, are sorted, I think. And relegation, obviously, is the big one. Oh, there's a through ball there. Oh, again. And Truman had to rush right out to his box and hoof it clear. But that was exactly what happened last week. It's those through balls. It was a really decent through ball from Blackburn. Oh, dissected the entire defence. And in fact, it was just Truman versus their striker. And Truman won out and it went out for a throw. But again, we need to be really careful. That kept happening last week. And it's happening this week. And that could be our undoing. So we need to keep up on that. Absolutely. Okay. Ryan says top 6 for next season expectation. Mark says 9th to 12th. Frankie says top half. That's my kind of ambiguity. Top half. I think I agree. I would be happy, literally. I mean, I wouldn't say, oh, great, I hope we don't get into the playoffs. I think it's just a case of considering everything that's happened over the last few years. Just finishing in a normal position mid-table would be I'd be happy with that. But obviously, I'd be delighted if we got into the playoffs. The game's picked up intensity at the moment, and it is sort of switching between both sides. There's a real ramp up in effort and pace at the moment. Blackburn have it down this side. Again, quite a lot of play taking place in the midfield, but Blues still look, I don't know, a little bit vulnerable at the back. I'm a bit concerned that Blackburn are going to find a way through again. And we're defending quite deep again. In fact, practically everyone's back behind the ball. And, is that a foul? Is that a foul to Blackburn or is it a goal kick? No, it's a goal kick. It was a really good tackle. And that's Amari Miller, who, yeah, I'm liking his effort and his style. No, it isn't. It is a corner. Sorry. I'm like Chris Kamara. I didn't see it, despite the fact I'm staring at the screen. Honestly. Anyway, yeah, Amari Miller. I think he shows a lot of promise. He looks really decent. But yeah, Ryan Sturck, I need to have a little more of a look at him this week and see how he does. Now, it's a corner. I'm a bit concerned with corners. We've got no Harley Dean, no Djukovic. Ball comes looping high, goes back. Oh, and it's whoever that was used his testicles to stop the ball. He trapped it with his nuts and then hoofed it clear. That was quite impressive. Hold on, there's more action. Blackburn are definitely been more dangerous. We've created a couple of sort of almost chances, but it's like Cosgrove and Lico have got to start performing up front, because there's no point in us creating chances if they're not going to put them away. But just back to the chat. So Frankie says we haven't got the budget for the playoffs. Well, I suppose it depends, because, you know, if you get a team and they're playing really well together, then you don't need a big budget. You just need a really good team who are cohesive and enjoy football and work well together, and you can get amazing results. You know, there's plenty of teams who've had very little budget and have done really well in all leagues, you know, in the Championship and the Prem and lower down. So, yeah, obviously more money helps, but I don't think it's not the be all and end all. And hello, can someone tackle any Blackburn player? Blackburn. Oh, it's into the box, right across the face of goal and out for a goal kick. And Blues living a little bit dangerously at the minute, as they have done for the last 20 minutes. David says, I'm hoping for better beer choice at St Andrews. See, this is what we want to hear. We want like important issues, because there's like the manager, the owners, the players, that stuff. But what you really want to know is, what's the beer like? And the pies, of course. The big pucker pie debate will continue forever, I'm sure. Mark says, our problems won't go away until the owners leave. Fairly pointless going up. Yeah, the only thing I'd say, Mark, is, you know, the owners probably aren't going to leave anytime soon. And the other thing as well is, you know, who would buy Blues? You know, we're 116 million quid in debt. We've sold our stadium. We haven't got any real assets. So we're not an attractive purchase. So that's the problem. And the other side of it is, yeah, it's sort of fairly pointless going up. But, you know, when you go up, you do get a large influx of cash. How that's spent, and it's anyone's guess. But, you know, it does put you in a better position if things are managed sensibly, which is, again, open to debate if that would be the case. But, yeah, you could be right. You could be right. Blues have got a free kick into the box, and keeper jumps up and loses it. Yes! Yes! Is that in? No! Yes! No! Yes! I thought he was saying us offside. Who scored? Who scored? That was a goalkeeper error. I can't see who scored. Who was it? Was it Pedersen? No. Was it who was it? Hold on. Okay. Keeper jumps up, drops it, lands on the Blackburn player's head. Oh, it's Pedersen. Pedersen sort of lumps it home from about 15 yards out. Yeah. That was a total cock-up. The keeper leapt like a salmon, but then dropped it on one of their players' heads, and it fell to Pedersen. It literally fell to his feet, and he just poked it home. Oh, I've got a score. I even did some scores. I've been getting ready. It's Blues in the lead. Hold on. I've got to find it now. Oh, I did do it. Where is it? Hold on. Wait there. There we go. There we go. Let's get that up on the screen. There we go. And I spelt Blues wrong. I told you I was trying to get this all done earlier. Hold on, everyone. This is Sky Sports. Okay, let's try it again. Okay, let's try that. There we go. There we go. What I didn't do. Hold on. You're going to Blackburn get an equaliser. Oh my God, that went straight across. That came from far out on the left-hand wing, came right across into the 6-yard box. That was a terrific ball. It beat the defence. Oh, and their player just slipped. He slipped at the last minute and couldn't get a toe on it. And otherwise, that could well have been the equaliser. Blues living dangerously, obviously, despite being in the lead. But what I didn't show earlier, I made this before, was this. Look, So just imagine we've just scored and we're all shouting goal. Okay, there we go. There we go. Back to the professionalism. We're 1-0 up, everyone. How did that happen? I think that, that's the thing. As Blues on the attack again, but that ends up in the keeper's arms, which isn't a pub. Yeah, we make our own luck, don't we? I really believe we make our own luck, and I think Blues have had some luck this season, but it's no more than we've deserved. And so things like that, we used to say, "Oh, it's typical Blues" when things went wrong, but actually things have been going right, and we have been generating our own good fortune and things like that. I just think, yeah, great. Let's go for it. Let's have some good luck. It's about time we had some. So very fortuitous, but happy days. That makes Pedersen one of our leading scorers, doesn't it? No, I don't think so. Isn't it? I think Robertson and Dean have scored more. But I just love the fact that he was there to poke it home. Opportunist. He's a goal poacher's goal from a defender. Just to run through the team again, in case anyone had forgotten. Truman, Pedersen, Dacres, Cogley, Gordon, Seddon, Harper, Gary Gardner's captain, Sturck, Lico, Cosgrove, and Amari Miller. And on the bench, Jaycock, Dean, Collins, San Jose, Halilovic, Bella, McGree, Simmons, and Juki. 25 minutes gone on my stream, and Blackburn back in possession, and it's resumed its fairly frantic to and fro pace. Blackburn into the box. Oh, is that a penalty? Is that a penalty? Yes. Is it? Yes? I don't know. I can't see because I can't hear the commentary. Was that Lico? Did he give away the penalty there? He certainly went down. Has he given? I don't know. Is he giving a penalty? They're just showing the replay. I can't hear any commentary, so I don't know. Oh, it did look a bit dodgy. It is a penalty. It's a penalty to Blackburn. Hold on to your hats, everyone. Normal service is about to be, unfortunately, resumed unless Truman can save. He's standing tall. He's standing wide. The Blackburn player, whose name I don't know. No, there's a pause. The ref's not happy with something. He's not happy. He's doing a general wafty, pointy thing. Right, here we go. He doesn't look very tall. And he steps up and buries it. No probs. Blackburn won. And I've done it again. Booze won. It's Blues won. Yeah. That was not quite sure what Jonathan Lico was doing back defending. That's a weird one. I don't quite know why he was back there, but he gave away the penalty, and Blackburn have equalised. So 26, nearly 27 minutes gone. It's Blackburn 1, Blues 1, and that's really disappointing. That's disappointing. We didn't hold on to the lead. That was quite a clumsy effort from Lico. Why was he back there? Anyway, let's have a look at the comments because I've neglected you all. Sorry, everyone. I do apologise. I've been watching the game, which is unusual for me. Save it. Gardner out, says Mark. Yeah, that's the end of his tenure. Don't let him back in the ground. Gardner tried to do an AK and defend the lead. I don't think he did he? You're jesting. I think Lico is deeply gutted. And I think he should really be, because I'm not quite sure what he was thinking of there. Come on, Jonathan. Make it better. Score a goal or get an assist. I want to see that. I'm just interested to see if, how exactly, as someone mentioned earlier about Gardner will make substitutions. I wonder, he may not hang with everyone as long as Bowyer did last week, and he may just get fed up and say, let's go out and win the game. Unless, of course, Lee Bowyer said, do not substitute people. We need to see the youngsters. And he's quite a hard bloke, so I wouldn't argue with him. Blackburn are sort of doing quite a lot of marauding, and Blues are doing a lot of flying tackles at the moment. So there could be a yellow card incoming at any moment. Blues are a bit rattled now, I think, by that by that equaliser, and Blackburn look a little more assured. Although it is competition of flying tackles, it has got a hint of League One about it. No offence to League One, but it's looking a little bit ragged at the moment. I suppose overall, it's really hard, isn't it, to sort of give an opinion on a game like this, because it's not like a real game of football, is it? It's almost like a pre-season friendly with random players who wouldn't normally get a game playing. So, you just take it for what it is. But yeah, I suppose one thing that's interesting is if fans were there and like us away fans were paying heaps of cash to go and watch it, would they have as many of these youngsters in? Or would they think, no, we need to, they need to give us a decent game that we've paid to come and see? My suspicion is they'd probably go, it doesn't matter. We still need to see these players. It's all about next season. And to be honest, I think, it'd be fancy dress, be a bit of a party. I don't think most fans would care. And a lot of fans would be quite drunk as well before the start of the game. So I don't think it would matter. Blackburn on the attack, and yeah, definitely sort of getting more of the ball. Their possession must be a lot higher than Blues. That's a nice ball out to this side. And Dacres Cogley, he's beaten. But he redeems himself. And I thought it was going to go out for a throw. It does. It goes out for a Blackburn throw. So 30 minutes gone, first half. And Blues looking a little bit ragged, as we'd expect. And Blackburn actually really starting to look fairly comfortable now. They're knocking the ball about, and the balance of power has shifted. After Blues scored that goal, there was a period where we were looking pretty confident and getting more of the ball. As mistake on the edge of the box, and is it? No, it's not a free kick. Ball comes in for Blackburn. He turns and just wide of the post. And Truman just watched it zip by. And Blues living dangerously again. But again, this is still better than trying to avoid relegation on the last day of the season. Mark says he's happy with 1-1 after half an hour. Yeah, I think so. I think we've got to be happy. Pete, my friend Pete, says he can't join me today on the watch along because he's working, which of course some of us have to do from time to time. So no probs. Frankie says, I think Jaycock or Truman are going to leave. It's quite possible because, of course, that's 4 goalkeepers, isn't it, with Prieto? But I suppose the question about Prieto is he's not getting any game time, is he? He's not featured in any of these games. Is he on the? I don't think he's on the bench, is he? So that's weird. He played for the under-23s the other day, but he's not. I think didn't he play a couple of cup games? He played the Cambridge game at the start of the season, and he's come on maybe once. But he's hardly featured at all. So, yeah, it's interesting. What does Bowyer? How does Bowyer rate him? Because if he doesn't rate him, then will he get sold? I can't imagine it. But ball comes in for Blackburn. And it's hoofed away. I think that was Dacres Cogley. It is all Blues, all Blackburn at the moment. And at least, unlike last week, I'm not saying the wrong team name constantly because I kept saying Derby instead of Cardiff because they were playing in their black and white away kit. At least Blackburn are playing in their home kit. What else have we got? Frankie sent a smiley face. Thanks for that, Frankie. As well for everyone, just to let you know, if you do want to subscribe to my channel, I will be doing a version of some kind of match day vlogs again next season. And some of the bits hopefully as well, and I'll be doing the 60-second preview shows, so you can enjoy those. Just 1 minute of your valuable time. And if you're enjoying the stream, I would really appreciate, it's the old thing, if you could click the thumbs up button. It's amazing how often someone says, can you do that? And then you forget, but it all helps. So if you don't mind, that would be really appreciated. And if you want to subscribe, costs nothing, and you can just ignore me for as long as you like. And then if you fancy a video, you know where I am. Blues have been a little bit overrun in the last few minutes, but we haven't conceded again. So that's a bonus, but it's a bit of a struggle. But then looking at the positive side, I suppose you've got to say that a lot of these players, they're young players, and they're coping well against Blackburn. The Blackburn have only scored from a penalty, although they have come close a few of the times. But it's not all. It's not. Well, I say not all. It's not doom and gloom at all. It's just it would be nice if we had a few more chances. Seddon with a free kick into the box, and it's cleared easily by Blackburn. We haven't got a huge amount of height up front. And Nico Gordon on the ball. And Lico. Oh, nice little layoff. Ball comes in and it's hoofed away again. That went right to the penalty spot and there was nobody there. And that's where Cosgrove should be. He should be expecting that ball to come in, but he was behind the defender. So there are a few chances. And Lico, I think, is trying to make up for his error. He's trying hard. He is working hard. David says, last day of drama out of Jaffa cakes. Yeah, I did actually finish them, and I thought, well, because I got the Jaffa cakes initially as sort of to help the psychology of our fight against relegation, but now that we're out of it, the Jaffa cakes are no more. I'm just hoping I don't have to get them next season. Right, Blues on the attack, and Gary Gardner doing one of his marauding runs, but he's lost the ball. He's now chasing down over on the far side, and it's hoofed clear by Blackburn, intercepted by Blues. Nice play. And it's a shot on goal, and not bad. That was not bad. That was Ryan Stirk with a left-footed volley from quite a long way out. I don't think it was particularly clear, but close, but yeah, not bad. It was wide of the post, but it was a shot. So well done, Ryan. All good. We've got 35 minutes gone, so we've got 10 minutes until half time. I asked this last week, but let's have a recap from everyone. Let me just put the score back again. Who is everyone's player of the season as Blues are on the attack over on the far side? Who is everyone's player of the season? And just sort of think across, the Karanka period, ball comes in, straight into the keeper's arms, and he didn't drop that one. Who do you think? I mean, there's players who've improved enormously, but I'm just thinking overall. So, there's players like Bella and Sanchez who haven't featured much under Bowyer, but were our best players under Karanka when the whole team was playing really poorly. Then there's players like Roberts and Dean who have really improved under Bowyer. There's other players who've been less obvious, but I think really consistent. My favourite, Maxime Collin, for example. I think he's had a really consistent season. So, yeah, who do you think? Who would you go for as your player of the season, considering everything? Have a think about that. We've got nearly 37 minutes on the clock. Blues knocking it about a bit. The game is sort of slowed down a little bit, but Blackburn are still, they're still up for this. They still want to get the win. Tony Mowbray obviously will want Blackburn to get the win, end the season on a high. It's a different game for Blackburn. They're just looking to get a win and, like I say, just get as high as they can in the table. And for Blues, it's very much trying players out, giving them game time. As a shot comes in and a good save from Truman, down low, and it's cleared, and it's going to be a goal kick, I think. Again, good play from Blues. And Stirk was beaten there. The ball came across Truman. Not a difficult save, but he handled it well, parried it out to his right as Dacres Cogley on the ball. He seems to be getting a tiny bit frustrated. He wants to see a bit of movement, and there wasn't any. To Harper, and Harper knocks it out in Blues. Yeah, there's a bit of anger there. Dacres Cogley, and I remember this. I saw him one of his first games again at Rotherham about 3 seasons ago, and he was great. He was up and down the wing, and he was really aggressive and assertive, and he played really well. So it was a shame when he sort of disappeared off the radar. And there's a few Blues players like that who you think, oh yeah, they're going to do okay, and then they never really kick on. So it could be make or break for him as well. He could well be one of those players that ends up moving on or going out on loan. But has he been out on loan? Yeah, he has, hasn't he? I think. Anyway, Blues on the attack, out on the far side. And Ball comes into Harper and Seddon and Cosgrove. Knocking it about a little bit here. It's not looking too bad. Harper now to Lico. Can he beat his man and get the cross in? No, but back to Harper. Oh, he lost the ball. Careless play. And now Blues are giving away a free kick. That was careless by Harper. He had the ball and he didn't concentrate, lost the ball. And then we give away a foul. And it's a yellow card for, I think, Ryan Stirk. So it's Blues 1, Blackburn 1, Blues 1. 39 minutes gone. I'm looking forward to half time. Let's have a look at the chat. So, folks, who have we got? Frankie says Hogan, player of the season. Mark says, so before it was Bella, before Bella, and afterwards Roberts. I think that's a good shout. Roberts. Yeah. I think I might have to agree. I think his game has developed, actually. Ball comes in, but Truman leaps like a salmon and catches it. I think, Roberts, his defensive game has been really solid. He still does those occasional, like he does weird back passes that cause a problem. He still has that in his game. But he did get his first goal that came after one of his long throws. But it's his sudden emergence as a deep and accurate crosser into the box, which has been superb. We've had a couple of goals from that. And his game there has really improved. I think his consistency other than that defensively has been excellent. But, you've got to give credit to Harley Dean as well. And Blues defending again. Blackburn are pushing hard to get a winner, a lead before the second half. Gary Gardner on a charge there. It's still got a lot of fighting in this game. It's not really turgid. They both sides are actually going for a win. So it's good to see. It's a fairly entertaining game. The quality is not outstanding, but it's at least they're giving it a go. It's got a feel of a preseason game as far as the sort of style of play, but the actual effort is pretty good. But yeah, Roberts I think is a good shout. But like I say, there are players like Colin Pedersen, who I know does come in for a bit of grief every now and then. I like him personally. I think he's got his faults, but he does offer a lot. He's good going forward. We've got some good sort of wannabe wing backs in our side. Blackburn on the attack again into the box, and what the hell's going on there? No, he's still got the ball. Okay, so Truman sort of grumbled around in his feet and the Blackburn player's feet, and then he sort of just ran away, and they're now back outside the box. That was just mad. Oh, and again, it's passed between two Blues defenders. This is rubbish. What are you doing, boys? I mean, Blackburn had the ball and then just went back out of the box and just passed it back into the box between two defenders. Talking about Roberts and Dean, that wouldn't happen if they were playing. This is a danger. This is going to cause us problems because there are players like Nico Gordon who don't play very often at this level, and that's showing Blackburn are definitely finding the way through. And they've got a corner, and ball comes in, and it's headed clear, and it's back in. A lot of head tennis, very League One at the moment, quite agricultural. Oh, and Blackburn, ball comes in. He's going to have a shot. Oh, and he absolutely just donked it into Rose Ed. That was a crap shot. And we're very lucky because Blackburn are looking pretty slick. Yeah, right across the face, a goal. And he was in the 18-yard box on his correct foot to smack it past the keeper. And it just literally went. It was like watching a plane taking off from Gatwick. Anyway, what have we got in the comments? Let's have a look at so there's a few comments going on about the scores. So Wickham are winning 2-0 at Middlesbrough. I mean, I know you probably all know the scores, but for those of you who don't. So Barnsley and Norwich are drawing 1-1. Blackburn are drawing with us, obviously. Stoke are winning at Bournemouth. Blackburn are going to score a second goal. No, he's offside. I tell you what, I mean, I haven't got much hair left anyway, but I'm starting to lose even more, even though it doesn't matter this game. It's still quite stressful. Rotherham are winning still at Cardiff. Cov are winning at Millwall. Derby, Sheffield Wednesday is 0-0. I mean, come on. You couldn't write it. Forest are winning at home against Preston. QPR are winning against Luton. Reading 2, Huddersfield 1, and Watford Swansea is 0-0. So that, I don't know what the table looks like. Let's have a quick look. We're on 43 minutes, and Blues have a throw in on the far side, and it's passed back quite alarmingly to Truman. He had to run for that, and Truman hoofs it upfield even, and it just goes to their defender, and that's sort of the end of that attack. Yeah, it looks like Blues are just quite keen on half time to come really and have a bit of a sit down. Cosgrove hasn't, bless him, he's just not done anything, and I'm sure he's running around a lot, but I just wonder if he's up to playing in this division. I don't know. What does everyone think about Cosgrove? Is he just a not very good player that we randomly signed for some reason, or has he just not had enough chance to play yet? But he's certainly not showing any sparks of ability, as once again Blues get caught with the ball over the top, and it's 2-1 to Blackburn. What did I say? I said balls over the top, balls through the channels. It keeps happening. It happened last week. Thank God this game doesn't matter, because it's now 2-1 to Blackburn, and I haven't done a score for that, so I've got to change it. That's so frustrating. Over the top, slotted past Truman. Just too easy. Pedersen is left, and Pedersen even tried to shoulder barge the Blackburn player, but to no avail. It would have been a penalty. And unfortunately, it's now Blackburn 2, Booze 1. Let's sort that out. Oh, that's so frustrating. Why has this happened? Why do they keep letting this happen? 2-1 right before half time. Literally, that is half time. Yeah. Okay, let's stay positive, folks. It's a developmental side and squad, and it doesn't matter, but it is just frustrating. It's frustrating when I, who know nothing about football, saw this happening last week, and it kept happening this week. Balls over the top, and we've been undone again. I don't know if you see, there comes a point where you think, are the benefits of letting young players play in these games outweighed by losing and not performing very well? Is it better to have fewer young players in and a stronger squad around, a team around them, so that the actual game is better and that they get a better experience, they get a more positive experience? Because playing like this, we're just going to lose. And you think, or is it a case that, well, Bowyer gets to see the players, he gets to see them performing, even if he's not there today, Craig Gardner, they still get to see the players, and that's the important thing. It doesn't matter if the game's not great, it's how they perform. So maybe that's what it is, but it doesn't make for great viewing, does it, ladies and gentlemen? £10 well spent. Let's have a look at the comments as we're at half time. And the sad thing is, because there's not me and Joe, it's only me, I can't go and get a cup of coffee, and I'm really parched. So I've got to keep talking for another hour. If I die, can someone take over? So what have we got? Let's have a look. Connor said ages ago, Derby just had a goal disallowed for offside. Drama. Frankie says, I wish Wickham would score 10 more. If I was a Borough fan, I want them to score 10. Yeah, because then they have to score about 8 or 9 or something. But I suppose it depends how much, say, Derby or Sheffield Wednesday lose by. But there is a big goal difference. But yeah, that is quite impressive. Mark says, give it an hour, bring on the big boys and go for the win. Yeah, it's that thing, isn't it? Is the win important, or is it, what say, like Gordon and Sturk and that, what will they be getting out of the game if they're losing 4-0 again after 60 minutes? I don't know. Certainly as a fan, we all know what we want to see. Bring on bring on Djukovic and Dean and Roberts and whoever else is on the bench. But anyway, we'll see. Cosgrove was 2 million. Was he really? I thought he was in here. Lico was 1 million. Yeah, he's a 2 million, and for a team like Blues, that's a lot to spend on someone who's, well, I can't say he's not any good because I didn't know anything about him before he came. All I can go on is what I've seen, and I really haven't seen anything. This is the thing. So you get someone like Amari Miller comes on, and you see, yeah, he's young and he's inexperienced, but he does some stuff that you think, yeah, there's some talent there, there's some ability. But I've literally not seen Cosgrove do anything, even to sort of go, well, that was good or that was bad. He's hardly touched the ball. He doesn't seem to be able to get into the game. Unless I'm missing something, let me know. Bring on San Jose in the midfield. Frankie, yeah, that's a good point, actually. San Jose. Now, there's a man who could be coming in from the cold after being carankered. Because do you remember when he started and the first game or for game 2, he was doing these beautiful little gorgeous through balls and like razor sharp little passes. And you thought, yeah, he's got quality, he had time on the ball, he had vision. You thought he could be a bit of a midfield creative maestro, a general. And then I saw Karanka took effect and he became a donkey. And then when Bowie brought him back in, a couple of games ago, and he was mercurial again. So, you know, he's obviously a high quality player, but he hasn't suddenly become useless. But he ended up being a bit of a donkey under Karanka. You know, he could be a real jewel to have on the bench, a really good player to have on the bench, and I hope he is. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see how he how he sort of develops next season. Sunic, 6 million. Good point. Yeah, 6 million. If you look at when you look at like Sanchez and Bella, how much they cost us, and then how much Sunic costs, and there's a bit of a jury out on Sunic. I don't know what people think. I just think he's an average player. You know, there's the sort of the myth. Oh yeah, we love Sunic. You know, and he's fine, but he loses the ball. He makes mistakes. He works hard, but he never does anything really amazing. You know, he's a good squad player, but he's not a £6 million player, and certainly not compared to other Blues players. You know, I don't know. And he's one of those players I almost think, well, is he actually a definite starter each week? I mean, if you compare him, say, to Dutch Mike, to be honest, a lot of the time I would have said, well, if it was a case of choosing between the two, I'd probably choose Dutch Mike. He has got certain abilities that Dutch Mike hasn't got. He is a bit more of a cultural player, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm jury's out. You know, especially when we've got so many midfield options. I don't know. I don't know what the people think. What do you think about Sunic? He's still decent and young. Is he 26? I think he's something like 26, isn't he? So, yeah, he's decent. He's decent. Just is he £6 million decent? Just when you compare them to like, I could say Sanchez and Bella. I don't know. I think it's just sometimes I get a bit frustrated by him. I just think, is he working as hard as he could, or is he taking as much care with the ball as he should? Because he does lose the ball a fair amount. He does quite a lot of running around. You know, there are moments when he's good, but he's not really, really consistent. I mean, you compare him to Gary Gardner, who, again, is not blessed with the greatest amount of talent in the world, but he's got a solidity about him. And, you know, when he does his charging runs forward, which he usually does once per game, that there is a certain, not finesse, but there's a certain ability he has. And he can take control of the game. He can be that midfield player who sort of takes the game by the scruff of the neck when we need it sometimes. And I don't think Sunic is quite at that level. So, yeah, good point. You know, maybe he'll, 24, thank you, John. Maybe he'll get better as he gets older, but I think he needs to start getting better quite soon, because there will be players coming into the team who will be a better midfielder than he is, I think. So, yeah, I'm not dissing him. I'm not saying he's no good. I'm just saying I'm not convinced that he's the best option. At the moment, he's a good option. He's a good squad player, and it's good to have him there, and he's contributed all season, but there might be better players. We'll have to see. Right, hold on, Connor. Oh my God. Oh, Sheffield Wednesday have taken the lead against RB. Oh, now that says 45+4, so I'm presuming that was right at the very end of injury time of the first half. Oh my God, that is. Well, let's have a look at the table. So at the moment, yes. Oh my God. So at the moment, Sheffield Wednesday are bottom on 41. No, that can't be right. That can't be right. It says Sheffield Wednesday. This is meant to be a live table. They probably haven't updated it. Hold on, that can't be right. They can't be bottom if they've. It says they're bottom. Wickham are second bottom. Derby third bottom, and Rotherham are out of the relegation zone. But that can't be right. I think it hasn't updated because Sheffield Wednesday have just scored. There we go. Right. Oh my God, they're still in. Right. So the bottom three are Sheffield Wednesday, Derby, and Wickham, and Rotherham. Oh. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, the rest of the other games at the bottom are much more exciting than ours, but that's no surprise. So, yeah, it looks like if things stay as they are, Sheffield Wednesday and Derby will get relegated. Oh my God! Okay, no, Mark, you're right. We're never going to get the money back on Sunich. You're right. He's probably worth about 2 million now, if we're lucky. That's 6 million just because when they said we were spending 6 million, and again, it's all relative. It's Blues, isn't it? But you think, bloody hell, that's a lot of money. He must be really good. And there was all this sort of fanfare about him coming and his ability and stuff. I'd never heard of him, and he sort of arrived like this and sort of just went straight onto a plateau and has continued on a plateau. He's not been terrible. He's not been really great, but yeah, when you think about 6 million quid, they got good money for him. So yeah, here we go. So that's half time. Blues edging towards the end of the season. At least we're not sleepwalking into League One like under Karanka. So for all it's a bit of a damp squib like the weather, it is what it is. We're not in any relegation trouble, and that makes for a game where experimentation is the key and it is important, and they'll get loads of information out of it, and it'll help Blues make decisions. So let's look forward to next season and think that these two games are important in what they tell Bowyer and Gardner about the players. So let's look at it like that. So that brings my question, let's have a look, to next season. And this question: will you be buying, if you don't have one, or renewing your season ticket? I absolutely will. And by the sounds of it, for the certain number of games at the start of the season, if this repair work to the Cop and the Tilton doesn't get finished, which Dong said it wouldn't get finished by the start of the season, it means that a lot of us will be in the Gil Merrick until such time we can take our seats back in the Cop and the Tilton, which is, it could be quite good. Gil Merrick Upper, great view. I mean, there might even be some people who go, do you know what? I think I'd like to stay here. But then, of course, that's the stand that always gets closed if there's not going to be a lot of fans there. They close it. So if it could just be you and a couple of others with your season tickets sitting on your Todd in the Gil Merrick Upper. But anyway, that's I understand that's going to be the plan. It's the only option. It just depends how many games it's for. That's Pete again bothering me. So yeah, will you be getting a season ticket? If you don't have one, or if you have one, will you be renewing your season ticket? Will you be looking to go back, get back down St Andrews and support the lads? Mark says, relatively speaking, Hogan and the Duke cost nothing compared to Cosgrove and Lico. Happy to buy my season ticket. Yeah, that's a good point, actually. Yeah, if you think it is relatively speaking, yeah, it's all about value, isn't it? And we've had in the last few years a number of players who we've paid nothing for, or we've got from non-league or lower leagues for like 50 quid and a bag of spanners, and they've proved to be really, really good value. And then there's other players we spent decent money on, and I suppose that happens all over the place. But yeah, it does make you think there are definitely some players who are not fulfilling their financial worth for Blues at the minute. So, again, that's why these games, certainly for people like Cosgrove and Lico, are important to say, yes, I'm worth this money. At the moment, Lico definitely worth it more than Cosgrove out of the two. He just hasn't done anything. I really want him to succeed. I want him to be great. I want him to really get into it. But it's not just that he's not scored. He just, like I said, he doesn't seem to touch the ball, but we shall see. But Mark's going to renew his, I was going to buy a season ticket. So Mark, do you not have a season ticket at the moment? Or do you mean renew it? Either way, excellent stuff. I can just imagine, that first game of the season, singing "Keep Right On." Honest to God, I'm gonna pop both my lungs. I think because it's just going to be so good to be back, and I hope it's not too socially distanced. In theory, most of the population, I think, should be vaccinated by then. And there probably still will be some restrictions, but just to get an atmosphere back, just to get back and see the team and let the players know what it feels like to play at Blues and hear the fans, because there are plenty of players, quite a few players who've never played in front of Blues fans, and there's several, like some of the youngsters who've only played intermittently. You just want to share that support and passion, because we know that's what makes a difference. And and then it looks like we have some subs. Thank the Lord. Alan Halilovic, Lucas Djukovic, they are coming on. Ding dong. Here we go. Happy days. Everyone happy with that? I'm extremely happy. That is excellent. Who is coming off? We shall have a look and see. Let me just get the score back. Excuse me. Duke is on, and who's 16? I don't know who number 16 is. That's not Cosgrove, is it? No. Halilovic is coming on for number 35. Who's number 35? It's not Sturk. I literally don't know these numbers. If anyone can tell me in the comments who's come off, I might have to look on the actual internet here. But that's great. That's really good. That's what we needed. I still think we might need a defensive change at some point. What's this, Mark? Oh, yeah, goals. Cosgrove 0, Lico 0. I now live in Devon. Happy to buy a season ticket and do a 360-mile round trip to watch a Bowyer team. That's what I like to hear. That's the kind of passion, ladies and gentlemen, from Blues fans as Blackburn are on the attack. Doing a home game from Devon. I do it from Nottinghamshire, and it's about a 120-mile round trip, 130, which pales into insignificance. In fact, 120 miles, you wouldn't even be halfway, Mark. That's impressive, mate. I'm really impressed. I met a guy outside St Andrews a couple of seasons ago, and he told me he comes from the Isle of Wight. He's one of the few fans who has to get a ferry to come to see Blues. He comes from the Isle of Wight, and he's a season ticket holder. So, yeah, all credit to you. And if you live down in Devon, so what's the nearest? I suppose Bristol City will be the nearest away game. But yeah, that's a trek and a half, especially on a freezing cold Wednesday night. I don't envy you. But there's plenty of fans who live out the area and do the travelling thing. So all credit to you if you do that. The game started with Blackburn resuming as before, very much on the attack, in the ascendancy, feeling pretty confident as they would. And again, I have to say, I do like Josh Dacres Cogley, because he in some ways he's a bit like Jude. He gets angry and he barks at the other players, and it doesn't matter if he's a youngster or anything. He's giving his opinion, and if he says if he's not happy, he'll say it, and he isn't happy. And Blackburn knocking it about a bit on the far side. Blues trying to get the ball from them, not having much luck. Blackburn finding it quite easy, really, and clear through. Oh, is he going to be on goal? He's going to get a shot. No, and it's all a little bit hair and scaring, but Blues clear from the edge of the box, and Blackburn resume their attack. 16 is Cosgrove. Right, so it was Cosgrove. And 35, I'll tell you what, I'm going to cheat. I'm going to look on if we score let me know. Oh, hold on. Oh, they really are. They really are up for this second half. Halilovic and Juki haven't even had a touch of the ball yet. Let's have a look at... I'm going to try and find who number 35 is. Number 35 is... Oh, no, that's Halilovic who's come on. Who did he replace? Oh, that's not a foul. Blackburn trying to win a penalty there. Sorry, 35 is Halilovic, isn't it? So I don't know who came off. Is Harper still on? Blackburn pushing, shot on goal, straight at Truman and into his arms, no problem. I think Blues just need to weather this initial storm from Blackburn. Ryan Sturck is still on. So I don't know who else went off. Anyway, if someone can... if someone knows who else went off, that would be great. If not, I'll have a look at the... let's have a look on the internet. Ryan says, I think Josh Dacus-Cogley needs to leave Blues. He's 25, wasting his career. Is he 25? Right. Okay. I thought he was a bit younger than that. In that case, yeah, I think you're right. He needs to do like Wes Harding, doesn't he? He needs to go to a team where he will play in the first team, because he's not gonna play in the first team at Blues. And at best, he can hope for is to be a sub. But yeah, that's a good. Yeah, 25. Yeah, he's not. But then you do get some players who will. That's it. They will stay at a club where they're never going to be first choice. They're always going to be on the bench, and they're quite happy with that. I mean, I'm sure he isn't happy with that, but you're right. He's been at Blues for quite a long time, hasn't he? Lico came off. Thank you, John. Oh, Blues got a cross into the box. Header! Oh, and is that a goal? Oh, I've just knocked the mic. Yes, no one celebrated, including me. Duke is equalised. That was the most uncelebrated. I'm really sorry, because there was no real celebration. I was waiting for the offside flag. Dukey comes on and he scores. Bada boom, bada bing. Let's put one of these up. It's a goal. That's superb. Ball in, straight onto Dukey's head, pops it past the keeper. Easiest goal he'll ever score. And I think, who's it go the crossing? Who's crossed it in? It was Seddon, I think. And an easy goal. I mean, Dukey sort of just casually rose like a salmon. Yeah, sorry for the lack of excitement, ladies and gentlemen. I no one really celebrated, because obviously it doesn't mean a lot. But we're back in it. And Dukey, he does what he does best. And what Lee Bowyer said, get the ball into him and he'll score goals. It's simple. You're right, Lee. It is simple. Brilliant. Well done, Dukey. Rinky dink. I need to change the score. Have I done a 2-2? No, I haven't. So I'll change this one. Let's change it. And I'll make sure I've spelt Blues correctly. So we're back in it, ladies and gentlemen. Suddenly, there's life in the old dog. And I don't mean Dukey, I mean the game. There's life in the old dog yet. It's Blackburn 2, Blues 2, 50 minutes gone. Rinky dink. Right, now we need to just keep hold of this, I was going to say lead, of this draw for a bit longer. We don't want to concede again straight away like we used to do under Karanka. And, oh, that's nice. That's a foul. That's a foul. And Blues trying a bit of the up and under there, but no luck. Halilovic hasn't made much of an impression yet. But certainly, obviously, Dukey coming on has made a difference. Let's have a look at the comments. Can I just say thank you very much for watching, everyone. We're a small but hardy group, so I do appreciate it. It's nice to have. It's just nice to have a few of us enjoying the game, like we're at a game. Although obviously it's not. Firstly, I'm not wet or cold, but it's just nice to share the joys and sorrows together, and it is nice to be able to share a couple of joys, because last week I had to share 4 sorrows and it got a bit hard after 1 hour 58 minutes. Anyway, Blackburn on the attack, and that's a free kick. Let's have a look at the comments. Up the Blues says 2-2, and you're right, it is indeed 2-2. Frankie, I just clicked back onto the stream, going for a drink, and it's a goal. Can you get one for me? I'm really thirsty. I almost thought I could just leave like a sign up going back in 5 minutes, but that's not very professional. I'll survive. So Mark says Exeter, Torquay and Plymouth are his local teams. Hold on. Blackburn on the attack in the box. It's going to come in. Oh, and it comes in. Oh, and it's cleared, hoofed away by Blues there. That was Seddon putting his life on the line and almost his gentleman's area, because that came in low into just above knee height, I think. So yeah, Mark says it works. I work for the Exeter City chairman. Attends all the EFL meetings. Get loads of tidbits about Blues. Oh, nice. Nice. I like it. Oh, ball comes in, and that was a bit of a weird one. That was just a bad header, miles wide, and it's a goal kick to Blues. The villain number 9 keeping Exeter afloat with Salons. Well, let's all go down there. We need more inside info, Mark. The Blue says, I think there's going to be a couple of goals in this game. Well, we've had 4 already, so let's hope we get a few more for Blues. That would be quite entertaining. That header from Blackburn was just a bad header. It just scuffed off the top of his head. And there's a Blackburn player down. I think he's broken a shoelace. No, he's all right. He's getting up. He's okay. He's all right. Let's have a look, ladies and gentlemen, at the other scores. In case you're interested and you've got your fantasy football, Leeds are beating Tottenham 2-1. Bamford scored. I think he's in my fantasy football. And Son Heung-min for Spurs. And Dallas has scored for Leeds. Hold on. I've got Dallas and Bamford in my fantasy football. Get in. Right. Let's have a look at the actual scores. Let's see if anything's changed in the chat. Barnsley now beating Norwich 2-1. Stoke are now winning at Bournemouth 2-0. Bristol City and Brentford still 0-0. Rotherham are still winning at Cardiff as Truman hoofs the ball upfield. Is that Truman? No, it's their goalie, isn't it? We're playing that way. I am Chris Kamara. Cov are beating Millwall 2-0. Sheffield Wednesday still winning at Derby. And Wickham still winning 2-0 at Borough. Forest still winning 1-0 against Preston. QPR 1. Luton have equalised 1. Reading 2. Huddersfield 1. And Watford Swansea throbbingly 0-0. Sure you can get that on an iPlayer, an iFollow game somewhere if you wish. Right, Blackburn on the attack and trying that through ball again, but Christian Pedersen, like a demon, intercepts, does a quick shimmy out to the wing, and Blues lose the ball. But for a moment there, it was borderline excitement. Let's see what we've got in the chat. Anything else happening in the chat? Come on, Wickham, says Frankie. John says, I used to have a season ticket, but live in southern Spain, a little too far. John, that's a pathetic excuse. There are aeroplanes sometimes if you're not in the red zone. Spain's still in the red zone, isn't it? But apart from that, make the effort, get a plane. Okay, no, I think we'll let you off with that one, John. That is probably a bit too far. Do you ever get to come to games, though, John? Do you ever get to come home and grab a Blues game? And I bet if you do, it's always a really naff game that we lose 3-0 away at Middlesbrough on a Tuesday in February or something. There are a lot of fans around the world, a lot of Blues fans around the world, as Blackburn starting to get a bit desperate now. Tried a shot from 25 yards out, thundered into Pedersen's timber-like legs, and ball comes in, but Truman charges forward, picks up, no probs, and it's still 2-2. So there are plenty of Blues fans. We've got there's a guy who normally watches the streams from Hawaii Steve. We've got plenty of people in North America, people in Croatia and Spain and Singapore, I think. So there's a fair few. I always think it's quite exciting when you're on holiday and you espy someone in a Blues shirt in some foreign climes, and it's always quite exciting. And then there's that moment, do I go up to and go, all right, mate, keep right on, and then just look at you, or they may greet you with a hearty hug. It's a bit of a gamble. Blackburn really pushing forward now. I think they're a bit irritated by the fact that we've equalised, and Blues are sitting pretty deep. And again, they're getting around the back. Ball comes in across the face, a goal just over the bar or just past the bar, no problem. And that was who? They're number 9 anyway. I really should make an effort and look at the squad, shouldn't I? It's not very professional. I do apologise, everyone. Anyway, look on the bright side. Next season, you won't have to worry about this because I won't be here doing this. I'll be actually at the game. So come and say hello. Now, Daniel Ayala, the defender, is coming on. And I mentioned him in my preview show. He's been out injured. and Tony Mowbray said that he would be starting from the bench, and he is. And they're making a few more subs. They're making a triple substitution, I think. And just to clarify, a Blackburn player has gone off, and then another one has come on, and that's happened 3 times. I'm giving you all the detail here, folks. This is actually like Sky Sports. Right. Let's have a look back at the chat. Mark says he was thrown out of Blackburn by a twatty steward. Went into the pub on the way back. Went into the pub the back of the away end. Sorry. They opened the gates at 4:30. Got back in to watch Stern John equalise. I mean, that's pretty much a perfect afternoon, isn't it? So, John, you've been over in Spain for 23 years, and the only times I've been back, been to see the Blues. Good man. Are you coming back? Yes, but I'm going to the football, so I won't be coming to see you. Well, I hope you had a decent game. One of the times my son was mascot. Oh, fantastic. That's superb. Hope you got some good photos. Well, if Roy was taking them, you'd have got some. Blackburn on the attack again. I seem to say that pretty much constantly, but Blackburn are on the attack again. Just outside the 18-yard box. Another through ball. Shot across goal. Truman down to save. Pedersen picks up and whacks it clear. Out into touch. So 58 minutes gone. It's still Blackburn 2, Blues 2. And Truman is having to do a bit of work today. And he's certainly the busier of the 2 goalkeepers. And I'm going to say it again, Blackburn on the attack. Out onto the wing, and that's calls for a penalty, but it's not a penalty. That wasn't a penalty. Getting a bit desperate now. Have to say, Alan Halilovic, hello, where are you? Get involved, mate. Get into the game. Admittedly, it might be a bit difficult because Blackburn are constantly on the attack, as I keep saying. Up the Blues. I hope next season I can meet you and Joe. Absolutely. Do come and say hello, because I do have Swaino written on the back of my my Blues shirt when I wear it, so I'm easily identifiable. So you can come and say hello. Always good to meet fellow fans, home or away. And I'd just like to report that Blackburn are on the attack. And Blues, it's living dangerously. That nearly went through. Oh, he's round the back and he chips it in, and it's behind. And yeah. I think we might have to make some kind of a defensive substitution. I don't know. It's basically because we're doing so much defending, nothing else is happening. So that's probably why Halilovic isn't getting on the ball. We're just defending. Now we've got an update. Frankie, live, Derby have equalised. So we'll have a look in a minute. That will throw un petit spanner dans le works. Yeah, that would be interesting. I'll wait for this to refresh, but that means I think they're still, Rotherham is still safe at the moment. I think, yes, I think so. That would be amazing if Sheffield Wednesday and Derby went down. John says Roy's a friend of mine, so yeah, get some great photos. Oh, good, yeah, he's a good man. I've had some good chats with Roy. I remember I met him outside St Andrews a few years ago. And we just got chatting because I do video production stuff, and I take photos a bit as well. And we just got chatting. You're not missing much, by the way, folks. There's just a lot of running around in the middle of the field. And Blackburn are on the attack. And we got chatting, and he was telling me all about really interesting stuff about the old days. And in the old days, before digital cameras, obviously photographers had to take their photos, get them developed, and then get them sent over to the newspapers or to the photo agents as soon as possible. And what Roy used to do, he had this network of people, just like ordinary families around the country, who he would like, when he first went, he'd like knock on doors, because what he needed to borrow someone's house so that he could use their bathroom to develop his photos. He used to make a mini black blackout room, and a dark room. That's what it's called. You make a dark room, and he'd rush in after the game and to one of his local contacts and go in and develop the photos in their house, and then he could then wire them, telegraph them, however they used to do it. But then he could then send the pictures to the newspaper or to the photo agent. And he said when he goes to games now, quite often he still goes and sort of says hello to these people who used to let him develop the photos in their house. So like today at Blackburn, he may well have gone to someone and said, "All right, Jeff, how are you?" But I thought it was amazing. I thought it was really just, these days it's so easy to take photos and move them on really easily electronically, digitally. But in those days, it was all very analog, and you actually had to develop your photos, and that was it. So no mobile darkroom, someone's bathroom. So great. He's a great guy, Roy. Really interesting. Got loads of interesting stories to tell. And Blues are on the attack. Sorry, I'm just a bit shocked by that. When I say the attack, they're just coming out of defence. And Seddon clonks it back to Truman, who's a bit rushed and hoofs it out of play. Yeah, Blues actually, since the goal, Blackburn have sort of turned up the screw, and Blues have literally been sitting back defending, and Halilovic, I literally don't think has touched the ball. 63 minutes gone. It's 2-2. And Lico, basically most of the Blues players have drifted out of the game, apart from a few defenders. Trying the through ball again there. Blues seem to have got a bit more wise to these through balls, and a ball over the top, and Blackburn player gets it. He's right into the 18-yard box, and actually they are still getting past Blues. And he powers past two defenders right across the face of goal, cleared by, I think that was that Nico Gordon. But Blackburn definitely not giving up. They're definitely going for the win. Dukey doing a bit of time wasting there, which is interesting after 63 minutes. But there you go. Right, what have we got? What have we got in the comments? So Derby equalise. The Blue says, I want Derby to stay up. I mean, Rotherham, not Derby. It's an easy mistake to make. Oh, you tool. Well, Blackburn have just scored after the game had stopped, and the guy just decided to hoof it into the net anyway. I think that should be a yellow card. That's like kicking the ball away, but he didn't get one. Derby 2-1. Is that right? Hold on. It's all go. Let's have a look. It still says 1-1 on here. Let's refresh. Everything I've got here seems to be behind the rest of the world. No, it still says Derby 1, Sheffield Wednesday 1. Was that a score or a prediction? No, two people have said 2-1. So it is 2-1. It's just this hasn't updated because it still says 1-1. No, it's still the same. Okay, well, I'll wait for that to change. I was going to say Blackburn on the attack. Oh, they are now. Blue's looking a bit stretched again. Oh, he's going to have a shot on goal. No, yes. Now he's going to have a shot, and that's literally 18 feet over the bar. That was a conversion in rugby. 62 minutes gone. I really do think we should get at least one of our established defenders in to help out at the back, because it's looking pretty ropey. Coventry 4-1. What's that all about? It is Cov 4, Millwall 1. So Dutch Mike not having a good day at Millwall there. Mark says, just apropos nothing, why was the Sports Argus pink? The only reason I can think of is because it made it stand out on the newsstands. There's like the Financial Times, that's pink as well. But you wouldn't mix those two up, would you? I reckon it was just that. And it's pink, it stands out, and everyone grabs it, and job's a good one. No, it's Derby 2-1. Okay. Flash score tells me, yeah. Thanks, Ian. Wow, Brummy Joe's. Thanks so much. Looking a bit rough today. Thanks. I'm touched by that lovely comment. It's a good job I got a good sense of humour. He's looking rough, but kind of magnificent as well. Blues were nearly on the attack then, but they're not. Blackburn are on the attack. And Pedersen comes howling in. and he gets a yellow card. He came in at approximately 86 miles an hour, stoved into the Blackburn player, and that's a yellow card. That's him getting a bit irritated. I think he probably wants Harley Dean or Mark Roberts alongside him. I think he's getting a bit annoyed. He's having to work hard. 67 minutes gone. It's still 2-2 in the last game of the season before we head into that wonderful thing called summer, which is absolutely not happening today. It's still raining here. But at least, ladies and gentlemen, we have next season to look forward to when, hopefully, we'll be able to just have a normal season. Wouldn't that be great? Blackburn on the attack again. Is the ball going to come in out on the wing? And nice ball into the box, pulls back, and no, they keep knocking on the door. They're now at the 18-yard box. They're knocking it around, looking for that breakthrough, and Gordon picks it up. Blues clear it. Amari Miller, and he can't catch that, and it's back to Blackburn. Yeah, so it's pretty much all Blackburn. Possession must be about 70% in the last 10 minutes. It's a less enjoyable game than the first half. Dukey's on the ball, and he does a nice little turn. Beautiful hold-up play. He is good at that, isn't he? He really is. He really is good at hold-up play. And we've still got possession at the moment. It's quite exciting. And Halilovic, oh, that's a beautiful turn. Right, here he comes. Socks halfway down his legs. Ball comes in. Dukey can't reach. Ball's in the air. Dukey goes for it, kicks it out. It's already gone for a corner. And I think that's our first corner of the second half. Blues 2. Blackburn 2. Blues 2. 68 minutes gone. My voice is a bit croaky. I'm very thirsty, but it's okay. Right, let's have a look. Oh, hello, hold on. Dacus Cogley, he's got cramp. Get him off. Get another defender on. He's knackered. Nope, he's staying on. Right, let's have a look. What will come from this? Now, yeah, Dukey. Dukey's squatting down. No, it's not. Yes, he is. He's looking tired already. I love that man. He always looks like he's literally knackered. I thought he was about 38 a few years ago, and then realized he wasn't even 30. Hello? Oh, now that was a really good corner, and it floated in and right across goal and straight out of play. There was no one there to knock it in. It literally went past everybody. Oh, just too high. In fact, if someone had been at the back post like Dukey, could have popped it in, or at least back across the face of goal. My scores now do say Derby 2, Sheffield Wednesday 1. So it has finally updated. I'm just going to have a look at the table and see what that says. So that hasn't changed. Oh, yes, there we go. Yeah, so Derby are now on 46, Rotherham 44, Wickham 43, Sheffield Wednesday bottom 40. As a shot comes in, and it's a goal for Blackburn. What a belter. What a belter, right from the D. Oh, and Truman was beaten all hands down there. That was a daisy cutter. Oh, that's gutting. That's 3-2 to Blackburn. Let's just see that goal again. And no one picked him up. Does a little turn, left footer. Oh, right. That literally no one closed him down. He just ran in, dinked it to his right, and then belted it with his left. Truman got a hand to it, but it was a real belter of a shot right across the ground, and just poor defending from Blues. Get another defender in. Let's bring another defender in. My voice is actually starting to fail. I'm going to have to change the score. So let's do that. Come on, Blues. Come on. Get a. Or now, let's just bring some more strikers on, or anyone else attacking. Bring Bella on. Is he on the bench? That's annoying. That's annoying. That was again defensive frailty from Blues. We've missed having Dean and Roberts in. Okay, so let's change the score. There we go. 3-2. Halilovic gets fouled in the centre circle, and he's looking a little bit more fired up now. Seddon on the left wing knocks it in to Miller. Miller taking on the player. Oh, nice ball in. Seddon into the box. Right across the box. No one there. Oh, there's a Blues player down. Halilovic is on the far side. There's a player down. Oh, he's in. It's Harper. Ball comes in. Djukovic can't collect it. And it's going to go for a goal kick. And Harper is down. Looks injured. No, it's cramp. So I'm pretty sure we need some subs now. Let's get on a couple of players. Let's try and get a point out of this. And the Blackburn player is helping with the cramp, which is very nice. Now, Blues physio has taken over. Well, it all could be heading towards relegation for Sheffield Wednesday and Rotherham, who were literally safe, unbelievably, now find themselves in the relegation spot when it's Derby who are going to survive. So there's 15 minutes or so, no, 17 minutes or so left. In our game, it'll be the same for everybody else. So there are probably still a few twists and turns to come. But in this game, I'm hoping there is at least a twist or a turn, because at the moment we're heading for defeat. The game stopped at the moment. Everyone's taking a drink. Duke is having a chat with Gary Gardner. Halilovic is chatting with one of the backroom staff. There's a lot of tired players out there. They have done a lot of, it has been a high tempo game really throughout. Now, Harper's coming off. I don't think he's being subbed. Doesn't seem like he's just coming off to go back on. It was just a bit of cramp. And it's interesting. It's interesting the players that are being kept on, because those are the ones that Gardner and Bowyer obviously want to see plenty of. Cosgrove going off. I just don't see how he can feature at Blues. What do you think? Cosgrove? Is anyone going to buy him, or will he just go out on loan? He'll probably end up going out on loan. I can't see him featuring for Blues. Hello. We've got scores. Oh, my God. 2-2 now. People are shouting in the chat, and I'm not noticing. Sorry, folks. John, Frankie, and George all say 2-2. So that change. Yeah. So does that make Rotherham safe again? Oh, this is great. It's a bit frustrating that the most exciting game to watch isn't the one we're watching, but we're loyal fans, folks, aren't we? We'll watch any old Todge. I can't believe I just said that. Anyway, hello. Substitution time. I didn't even see who that was. Was that Riley McGree? Now, Riley McGree, I'm sure his season with Charlotte starts next season, so he'll definitely be leaving Blues. There's no way he can stay. Is that right? Or is it 2022 they actually start? So he could play half a season here. I don't know. I can't see much point in keeping a player who can't stay for a decent sort of period of time. Oh, there's a bit of a dodgy back pass there. Truman Husick forward. Blackburn, again, have got most of the ball. What's happening? You have heard yourself ping live. I'm just being bothered by one of my friends. So, yes, 75 minutes gone. It's Blackburn 3, Blues 2. Djukovic and Halilovic, the only subs so far. But no, as I speak, on comes Flaming Galat, Riley McGree. And I'm guessing he's come on for Harper, who was a broken man on the floor with his cramp. So Riley McGree's on. I quite like Riley McGree. He's got a bit about him. But again, I don't think he's going to be here for much longer. George says January 2022. Yeah, I thought that might be the case. So yeah, he might. Well, he'll probably stay. Oh, hello, Blackburn on the attack, on the edge of the box. Ball comes in. Blues trying to get clear it, but Blackburn still have it out onto the wing. He's looking for the cross in. They're knocking it around between themselves. Is he going to go for trying to beat Blues plays into the box? A cross face, a goal. No. Oh, it's well defended by a Blackburn player. And Halilovic with a lovely little ball out to Juki, who's running, and he's run literally 6 or 7 seconds. He must be knackered. And it's a throw in for Blues. Nice bit of exciting play there. In fact, Juki was laughing slightly there, I think, because he was laughing at how slow he was. But God love him, he runs. John, yeah, so he could stay half a season. Yeah. His season starts at Christmas. Right. Yeah. So, yeah, I think he will be here he'll just stay here for 2 or 3 months and then head over back to the States. So it could be useful to have around for a little bit if he gets some game time. I mean, you never know. It might be that there's an agreement with Charlotte he stays a bit longer, but I can't imagine it. They're a new team, so they'll want all their new players over there. But yeah, if he's here for another little bit, all good. It all helps. Just that sort of extra bit of backup in case of injuries and stuff. Mark says 5,000 Blues fans at Ewood Park would be a great away day, win, lose or draw. Exactly. And it does need it because when I've been to Ewood Park, it's always seemed really. I always feel a bit depressed when I leave. It's a very depressing. I mean, it might be the weather because it was when I've been. It's always been winter and it's been cold and grey. But I remember thinking how quiet the Blackburn fans were, and there was a lot of Blues fans there when I've been. And when you're walking out, you don't really see many Blackburn fans. So, yeah, it's a bit of a depressing place. Halilovic is just on the ball, keeps running. No one tackled him. Socks around his ankles. Had a shot. Cleared by the defence, but Blues are on the attack now, pushing for this equaliser again. Ball into the box, and Blackburn deal with it pretty comfortably. I can't see. Oh dear, and that's a through ball. This is going to be 4. No, it's offside. Because if they scored 4, I mean, 8 goals in 2 games. That's almost like Karanka. Okay, I know. It's all with youth players. It's not a proper squad. It's okay. But we really don't want to be shipping 4 goals again. That wouldn't look good. But Blues are pressing now. And, of course, that's the danger. You press high and you leave gaps at the back and the chance of those 3 balls, which we're susceptible to at the moment. And that's exactly what happened. Oh, we made another sub now. And Amari Miller's off. And that's another. Who's that? Oh, Simmons. Now, I have to be honest, ladies and gentlemen, I know nothing about Simmons. I don't even know his first name. This is bad, isn't it? I should know. So I'm really sorry. I'm sorry to him and his family and everyone. I don't know anything about him, but it's great to see him. I'm guessing it's his debut. Nice work. Well done. I'll find out what your first name is. So whilst we're doing that, let's have a look at, we'll come back to the comments in a sec. Yes. So now, so Rotherham are safe. Dacus Cogley is down, but he's all right. Blues have got a free kick on the far side. 79 minutes gone. So, Rotherham have got 44. Derby have got 44. But Rotherham's goal difference is, 7 better. So at the moment, Derby and Sheffield Wednesday are going down. Sheffield Wednesday are actually bottom at the moment. Oh, man, that's amazing. Ball for Blues over to Pedersen, knocks it in. Juki knocks it up, and it's all just a free kick. Right. Kayendra Simmons. There you go. So, does anyone know anything about Kayendra Simmons? Because I don't. He's a bit of a new one on me, I have to say. He's not. I really don't know if I've heard of him before. So I really apologise. Because I do watch the under-23s highlights, and I don't remember seeing his name. But then there are quite a lot of players in the under-23s. Hello. Derby 3-2. No way. Oh, man, what a game. The Wayne Rooney effect, ladies and gentlemen. He's fighting for their lives there, if that's the case. Yes, bloody hell. Wow. That's amazing. That is nuts. What a game. I bet the fans have gutted they can't be there. Meanwhile, guess what? Blackburn are on the attack. Oh, that's a good foul. That's Simmons introducing himself to football there with a pretty full-on foul. The ref didn't give him a yellow card because it wasn't that bad. I'm just looking at the Derby Sheffield Wednesday game. Wow. So they are on about 70 minutes. So they are actually about 10 minutes behind, by the looks of it, behind this game. Okay, so 81 minutes gone, 3-2 to Blackburn. Blackburn have a free kick out on this side, and it goes way past the goal and out for a goal kick. That was rubbish. Okay, let's have a look at the comments. Derby 3-2. Jack says, isn't it nice? Isn't it nice? Not sweating today like we're used to. 100%, Jack. I mean, I like it when we won a game and it's that massive feeling, but I really don't want to entertain those sorts of games. They're just too stressful. As San Jose strides onto the pitch, I think he come on for Ryan Sturck, I think. So San Jose on. So now I want to see. Let's see. Can we see some mercurial passing? A through ball to Halilovic, who latches onto it on the edge of the box, chips it up. Juki heads it in. That kind of thing. Just getting a bit excited there. Sorry about that. I think I've actually developed a throat infection whilst I've been streaming. So my voice is going a bit. Sorry about that. Okay. We're back going, and Blackburn are on the attack. Oh, and that's a great through ball. In on goal. And it's 4-2. And yet again, Blues defence dissected. That was, again, too easy. It just flat at the back, ball through the middle. Blackburn player latches onto it, 4-2. I haven't got a 4-2 score prepared, so I'm going to have to do that. So let's have a look. Yeah, but there was no one with miles of him and Seddon sort of chasing him behind, but it was all too late. Yeah, just a simple through ball. Really, I mean, you've got to give credit to Blackburn. They've been really good. They've taken all their goals really well, and we just haven't done that well. So that is disappointing, especially as we just made another substitution. But unfortunately, type away. Unfortunately, that means that the score is now. No, not that. Hold on. I've just changed that and it's not worked. There we go. 4-2. Right. Well, we're not going to win the game now. Can we? Oh, hello. Someone's just been crippled on the far side. Dacus Cogley is in the wars. And that means, I was going to say, Blackburn cheated then. They took the throw and he was hobbling just to get back on the pitch and they tried to beat him, but that wasn't very fair. So the refs pulled it back. Nice shot of Tony Mowbray there. Tony Mowbray's got a really great face, hasn't he? Looks like it's been chiseled out of granite or soil. I'm not sure. Anyway, let's have a look at the comments. Sorry, I'm rambling now. I think I might be coming down with flu, not COVID though. I am negative. What have we got? Bo's in the Bahamas. I bet he wishes he was. No, I think he's with his wife, who's not very well. I mean, they may be in the Bahamas, but I don't think you're allowed to go out to the Bahamas at the moment. Blues trying to be on the attack, but not. And Simmons is chasing the keeper, but the keeper just knocks it out. And it's down on this side, and it's all comfortable for Blackburn. On the bright side for today for Blues, we have scored 2 goals. And again, players have had a run out, some who played last week. And as Blackburn tried to come in for their 5th, this could be 5. It's 5. It's just becoming rampant now. That was just a marauding attack down the left, cut inside, couple of nifty passes, straight past our defenders, in on goal and round, and just passed it round Truman. Into the box. Oh, just wrong-footed Pedersen. Truman got a hand to it, but I haven't made a banner for 5 because why would I? So I'll do that now because obviously you want to be kept abreast of the accurate score. I was just going to the positives there as we conceded another one. This is not good. To be honest, I don't think substitution is going to make any difference now. The only thing that would make a difference is if we scored a couple of goals and it looked like a ding-dong game, which it hasn't been. San Jose hasn't had a chance to be mercurial yet. Let's have a look. Oh, it's just wayward passing by Blues. San Jose, nice interception and a nice pass. Mercurial. Seddon with the ball in for Juki, but it's straight into the keeper's arms. This is only going one way, this game. So it looks like being a fairly flat end to the season, but don't be disheartened, boys and girls. This is like a preseason friendly. It means nothing. The real excitement is happening at Pride Park. Our excitement will happen next season when we attain mid-table mediocrity. Pedersen is on the ball, which is nice. Seddon is now on the ball, which is also nice. So Blues sort of on the attack. Riley McGree, nice, fights off a Blackburn midfielder, looking for an option. Halilovic out to this side to Seddon. There's acres of space and no one running into it. Ball into the box and cleared. There was acres and acres of space, green space, no Blues player. Yeah, I think it's safe to say the players are probably thinking about their summer holidays now. Still trying, but limited effect. We've got a bit more of the ball. Blackburn have finally sort of stopped attacking full on. San Jose. Oh, hello. Gary Gardner just falling over there. So Blues have got a bit more possession at the moment. Blackburn still fighting. Halilovic gets the ball through into the box, but it's picked up by the defence and again booted away. Nearly went for another 3-ball there. Blues give away a free kick. Pedersen, who's already on a yellow. It'd just be typical if he got sent off on the last game of the season. Here's a question. Do yellow and red cards get carried over? I don't think they do they? Into the next season. Okay, I have developed an actual sore throat. Right. We're nearly at the end of this game. I'm quite looking forward to the end of the game, to be honest. If there's anyone still left in here, thanks for staying. I do appreciate it. Please give me a thumbs up. I really do appreciate it. It helps with algorithms and stuff. And thanks again for all your comments as well. I've really enjoyed that. It's been great sharing things with you today, even if it's been a bit trousers. At least it's better than suffering on your own, isn't it? Right, Jack's commenting a lot. So let's read some of Jack's comments. Truman doesn't look convincing to me if we can learn anything here. Yeah, I think he's sort of an average keeper. I think he's nothing special. He's done okay today. He's done all right. He's, when he can. There's obviously quite a few goals scored against him where he didn't, because not a lot he could do. But he's made a few decent saves, so he's been all right. I don't think he's anything special. In League One, he'd probably be a pretty good squad keeper. But it'd be a case of what Lee Bowyer thinks, I suppose, as to what happens to him and Zach Jaycock next season. Oh, God, hello. Lovely to see you. How are you? Swaino, do you agree with Bowyer using these last two games as experiment types? What's your thoughts? Yeah, I do. As much as I don't like it and it's rubbish for fans, you've got to think about next season. You've got to think as well how much time Bowyer's been at the club, and he's not been here very long. So every game where he can see the players in a competitive match is really invaluable. It'll help us. It'll help us next season. And so I do, definitely. Look at it this way. They're only going to do things for the benefit of the club. They're not going to do it just because, they let the players have a run around to give them a chance. They've got to earn the right to play, and then he's got to be able to assess them. So like Sam Cosgrove has sort of really shown he can't cut it. And if that is the case, then that's valuable because we won't waste more time on him. So yeah, I do. I think it's important. I don't like them because it's not great to watch, but yeah, he's got to think about next season and so in a way we're lucky we've got these two games. Like I said earlier, we're not fighting to stay in the division, which would be more exciting to watch for the fans, but it doesn't help us next season. This is giving us a head start. So yeah, I think it's a good thing. You may disagree, folks. You may disagree, but that's absolutely fine. 3-3 at Derby. Oh my God. Do you know what? I'm almost gutted. I've been doing this game. We should have done a live stream of the Derby Wednesday game, shouldn't we? Sacrilege. I can't believe I said that. I didn't say that. Thomas says these streams are amazing. Well, thanks, Thomas. I appreciate that. That's very kind of you. I'm staggered you think they're amazing. I'm also equally impressed that you think they're amazing. So I do appreciate it. I do my best. But obviously, it's Joe who's been doing them this season, and he's not around today, and he wasn't around last week. So I said, oh, well, I'll give it a go. But it's hard work. Talking constantly for 2 hours when you've got a sore throat is quite hard, and I need a drink. Oh, hello. Oh, Truman just picks that up. Thankfully, we're into the dying embers of the game now. 91 plus minutes gone. Thank you, Drew. Drew says, thanks, Rich. You've been awesome. Soz caps locks on. Yeah, don't shout in the chat. But thank you very much. Glad you enjoyed it. Djukovic, obviously, is down on his haunches because that's his trademark, that and headers. Bless him. He does look about 56, doesn't he? Mark says, I've no problem with Bowyer experimenting. He earned the right to do it. Respect. Yeah, absolutely. 100% agree with that. Okay, everyone. That looks like the end of the match. It's the end of the season. It's the end of the season. And Blues have been thumped 5-2 at Blackburn. But it doesn't matter because we will be back in the Championship next season. And you will be back next season. And hopefully we'll all be back in stadiums, back at St Andrews in all 4 stands, back at Ewood Park, back at every away ground, including Fulham, because they look like they're going down. So one of the best away days of the season, that could be coming back. So Blues today, thumped 5-2. Some useful information. I think that's all we can say. Good information for everyone. Don't worry about the result. It really is important for us to look forward to next season. And let's send our best wishes to Lee Bowyer's wife. I hope she's better soon. Hope you're all okay and surviving what's been a really horrible last year for everybody. Football or no football. But we have had football and it has kept us going, I think, in different ways. It's been really great to have you here. Thanks so much for joining me today. If you'd like to subscribe to my channel, please do. I'd really appreciate that as well. It'll make my day. Might even make my cold go away. In the meantime, have a fantastic summer, whatever you're doing. Stay safe. And I look forward to seeing you, hopefully in person, or if not, here on my channel next season. Take care, everyone. Keep right on. Bollocks. Keep right on.